Okay, so ito na. Excuse me po. So ito yung unang recording. So I hope everything is fine with you, and yeah, pwede nyo naman itong balik-balikan. You can review as many times as you want. Bahala mo. Dalunggan mo ninyo magdugo. Alright, anyway. So I'm just going to start to share screen. Okay. Start to share screen sa inyo. Okay, and yes, this is it. Okay. Right, so let's start with the lesson. So this is about, of course, we're done already with the technical writing, technical communication, and yung mga process. So basically, this is the second term. Oh no, second exam. Okay. And okay, let's start. Okay, so maiksi lang siya. So nag-focus lang muna ako sa plain language para hindi masyadong mabigat. Okay, so plain language. So yeah, greetings everyone. From Marvin the Martian. Okay, so we have here our objectives. So I have basically three. Okay, una, to explain plain language, explain the use of plain language, and of course, to develop a document in plain language. So basically, nag-focus lang tayo sa plain language ngayon. Alright, now, plain, ayun, may plain. So plain language. What is a plain language? This can be defined as a language that is straightforward and clearly understood by the audience first time they read or heard them. And on the other hand, those languages that cannot be understood easily is not, of course, it's not a plain language. Ano na siya? Diba? So pag narinig mo, kung ikaw ang listener, and then you hear it very familiar, sabot dayon ka, there's no plain, there's no double meaning, and sa pa, hindi na siya, hindi mo ma-get as literal. So that is really defined as a plain language. Now, there are several usage of plain language. Una, what? Okay, so Streamlines and produces paperwork. Of course, so when you use the plain language, so mas marami ang nagagawa. Diba? Mas maraming napoproduce na mga documents, and if you are, so alam ko naman marami sa inyong HR, so that would be really easy sa inyo if you'll be using plain language that could be easily understood by the receiver or by the audience. Okay, so depende sa audience ninyo. Okay, kung di niya masabdan, so basically babalik-balik. Okay, but in this case, if you use a plain language, then it could be really as easy as 1, 2, 3. Next one, of course, is yan, masasaya nila, no? So improves understanding and contentment among customers and staff. So, klaro naman. So, kung gumagamit kayo ng plain language, satisfied agad ang customer and even the staff. Okay, and it improves understanding. Hindi kayo magkakaroon ng conflict. Okay, bawa ikaw, nagsabi ka ng word or technical term sa katrabaho mo na hindi niya maintindihan. So basically, tapos bad mood pa dyan siya. So, di na lang din siya mag-ano sa iyo. So, in that way, walang understanding, and it may result into conflict. So, not only among customers, but also among staff members. Okay, next is, ayan, so now, okay, so the use of plain language reduces confusions, complaints, inquiries, and increase for asking clarification. So of course, kung malinaw na siya, so hindi na nalilito. Walang reklamo at wala nang magtatanong ng for clarification. Of course, okay lang naman magtanong ng clarification, ba? Wala namang problema dyan. So, but if you use the plain language that is really understood by general public, so it could really reduce confusions, complaints, and increase. Next one is, of course, the use of plain language, your brand. So, as you can see, meron siyang heart and meron siyang thumbs up. So, which means creates a positive image and reputation, di ba? So, imagine nyo na lang pag maganda yung, o madali yung inyong mga language na sinasabi, easy kayong maintindihan. So, basically, mayroon kayong mga tinatawag na repeat customers, di ba? So, yun ang gusto ng mga tao. Alam mo naman ng mga tao ngayon, ayaw na ng mahihirap. Saka mostly sa atin, sa developing countries na ayaw ng mahihirap. Gusto nila yung maintindihan agad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But in that ways, it would really create a positive image and reputation. Okay? Okay, so yun ang mga uses ng plain language. Now, meron pa palang isa. Okay, of course, nakita nyo, meron siyang money and time. So which means what? It saves money and time. Of course, kung plain language siya, gumawa ka ng document, hindi na pa uulit sa'yo. Okay? Pero, ibig sabihin, hindi mo na uulitin, so it saves time. And money, of course, yung paper, di ba? It saves, kulang pa pala, saves money, time, and tree. Okay? So, meron pa palang puno. Okay? So it saves time, but basically, of course, saves times and money. Okay, that's the bottom line. All right, now here are some organizations that can benefit from using plain language. So government departments and offices, municipalities, banks, insurance companies, law firms, legal advisory services, of course, schools, IT companies, and more. So marami, talaga marami. Okay, lalo na pag the first time ninyong mag-apply, okay, after you graduate, basically mag-apply kayo. And you really have to use plain language. Okay, okay kung gagawin nyo lang magpa-impress, so basically, okay, hindi pa maintindihan ng HR yon, maglagot pa to, sa mukha ni, so saan pupunta? Sa basurahan. And we don't want that to happen. Okay, so plain language. Right now, there are 11 ways to develop plain language. Mali siya. Okay, so kita niya, important message start. So meaning, put important messages at the start. Yan lang. Okay, so una, yung importante. Wala nga man lagay mo siya sa huli. Pwede, pero as much as possible, importante talaga yung pinakaunang mensahe natin, and then you just support your first sentence. Okay, first sentence, then second sentence, third sentence would just be like mga supporting statements na lang. Okay, next is meron siyang right, short, possible. So ano ba yan siya? Right, pen, night, impossible. Okay, anyway, sabi niya, write short sentences as much as possible. Okay, sana siya. So yung mga sentence, hindi naman tayo gumagawa ng thesis dito. So make it short as much as possible. Catchy. Okay? So yung madaling ma-remember. Okay, gano'n lang. Right, next is, dali lang siya. One sentence, one idea. Kita niyo siya, one sentence, one idea, no? Which is, okay, so gano'n lang. One sentence, one idea. Okay, for example, yung important message, you support, you give example. Ayan, okay, the first is the main idea. You support the main idea. Second sentence. The third sentence could be your example. Okay, so ano lang siya. Next, how to develop a plain language, a document in a plain language. Dog, ano yun? Ano yung ginagawa ng aso na yan? Okay, so the dog, okay. Anyway, say vary, vary dito. Vary the rhythm. Okay, so vary the rhythm. So, ibig sabihin, iba kasi sa, ano, sa writing. It's really difficult to vary the rhythm. Okay? Not unlike kung magsasalita ka lang. So, you can vary the tone of your voice, but sa writing, the rhythm can be really depends on the uses of language. So, medyo ito yung challenging. Okay? But anyway, pag-aaralan din natin yan siya. How are you going to vary the rhythm in creating a document in plain language? Okay? But you need to vary. Okay, next is KitKat message. So, ano siya? Alright, okay, anyway, yun siya na break the text, text pala to eh, into small chunks. Okay? So, kung medyo talaga mahaba na siya, you can just break it into smaller parts. Okay? But make sure one sentence, one idea. So, just like kanina. Right. So, next is, so this one. Okay. Stop. Nouns, verbs. Okay, so it says here, avoid making nouns from verbs. Ganun lang siya. So, ano ba yung mga nouns na pwedeng mga gawing verbs? Alam niyo yung gerund? Okay, yung gerund na ing, making. Yun, yan. Making is what? A verb. Okay? Pero ayaw jud siya mo ang noun. Okay? From verbs. So, make, halimbawa, yun, yung mga example dito, to make, yan, dapat siya. Because it would really create confusion because yung verbs can be noun as well. Okay, so gerunds, okay, can be also verbs at the same time. So, mahirap siya. So, avoid na lang natin yan. So, next is jargon. So, avoid jargons. Okay, avoid na natin yan. Yung mas possible, yung madaling maintindihan. Okay, so alam niyo yan, jargons are special expressions that are used by a particular profession or group and are difficult to others or for others to understand. So, yun yun. So, huwag na natin pahirapan. Lalo na yung mga, okay, not to offend them, but yung mga gay lingo, so we have to avoid them, yung mga salitang kanto. Then you're going to use it in a document. Ayoko. Okay? Alright, next is how to develop plain language. So avoid short, long words. So avoid long words. Okay. So make short. Okay, the words as much possible. Yung babarbang gusto mo lang siyang ipa-impress dahil marami kang alam na word. So just to avoid, just make it short. Okay. Plain. Yeah. Next is how to develop a plain language. So avoid, what's this? ROFL, PLZ, OMG, BTW. So these are what we call the acronyms. Okay. So avoid doing acronyms because yung mga acronyms, they are very informal. Okay. You're going to use a document, ba? Yung documents na sa school, sa government offices, lalagyan mo ng OMG, yan, would the, okay, o yung ASAP. So, no, avoid it. Next is, right, this one. That's this cut forever and ever. Cut forever and ever words. Okay, so cut out redundant forever and ever. Okay. Okay, so cut out na natin yung kung medyo kita nyo, good morning, each and everyone. So, isa na, each na, tapos everyone pa. Okay, we're having everyone. So, yun lang. Okay. So, just to avoid it. Okay, every day and every night. Hindi ka naman gumagawa ng kanta. That is what? Um, uh, formal. Okay, kung mga ganyan forever and ever, okay lang yan basta gumagawa ka ng kanta if you wanted to express yourself. But this is formal, so avoid it, guys. Now, and last is avoid. Saan eh? Kanino? So avoid using. Saan siya? Children. Avoid using children. Penguin. Crying children. Okay, avoid using passive voice. Okay, so avoid natin yan siya. Okay, so as much as possible yung active voice. Yung passive voice is yung action ang gina-emphasize. Okay, whereas the active, the doer ang gina-emphasize. For example, I ate the cake. So that's the active. But if going to make it passive, so the cake was eaten by me. So active natin siya. Okay, so avoid using passive. So emphasize natin yung doer. Alright, now sa review. So what is a plain language again? Okay, good. Okay, so basically these are words that easily be understood by others. Okay, if that is the words cannot be understood easily, then it's not a plain language. Now, what are the uses of plain language? So, yan yung it saves time, di ba? Yung may reputation, di ba? Positive reputation. Meron pa tayong, mas marami pa yun, di ba? Okay. So, those are the plain language, the uses of the plain language. Right? And documents. So, there are basically 11 ways to develop the documents. Right? So you can just review this because or you may want also to research on your own. So walang problema, dadagdagan natin yan. Okay. And can you name some organizations can be benefited from using the plain language? So alam na natin yan. So lahat ng mga opisina basically they use plain language in a formal but plain language that they use in the documents. All right, now what is the importance of knowing the use of plain language in my future career? HR, so MM, marketing management, and human resources. Ano bang importansya ng kahalagahan ng kaalaman ng paggamit ng plain ng wasto, hindi siya wasto eh. Ng simple o lengguwahe sa iyong future career. Okay, so questions guys, if you have some questions, kung meron na kayong mga tanong, clarification, and comments, just leave a comment and I will get to you as soon as possible. Okay, so see you next time. So as you may know, this is just my first and medyo nag-adjust pa ako, no? So don't forget to like. Yeah. So you will just be updated with the latest video, at least lesson. Of course, hindi naman talaga ito pang vlog, but kung gusto nyo ma-update, you can hit like. So thank you for watching because you have no choice. Yeah. But anyway, you know, pang paano lang yan. So until our next video, guys. So keep safe and God bless. Yun lang. Okay? So yan lang yung ating alamat. So see you again, guys.